Welcome to the agenda session at WACSSO Annual Conference. This is your short guide to the session proceedings. If you need to leave the room during the agenda session, you must inform WACSSO staff at the operations desk. Please also let them know when you return. The operations desk is at the rear of the room. During the agenda session, formal standing orders and rules of debate will apply. These will be explained shortly. On your tables are copies of the booklet, The Effective Meeting Guidelines. This covers these meeting procedures. In the centre of the booklet is a flowchart that shows the passage of a motion during the agenda session. This is not only a great guide for today, but also for your own meetings. Here are some of the most important points to remember during the passage of a motion and debate. At all times, the chair will control the debate. If you choose to speak, use the correct microphone. There are 2 microphones at the rear of the room that are clearly labelled for and against. When speaking, the first things to do are identify yourself, state the name of the school you are from, let conference know if you are speaking for or against the motion. Here is a brief overview of standing orders and rules of debate. Standing orders are the rules that govern how the entire meeting is conducted. Rules of debate are the rules that must be followed during a time that a motion is being debated. All motions must be moved and seconded. The act of seconding means at least one other delegate wants the motion to be considered by the meeting. The mover of the motion has a maximum of 4 minutes to speak to the motion. This is an opportunity for the mover to explain the reason for the motion and what it is hoped it will achieve. The mover can also reserve the right to speak. All timing of speakers will be conducted by a WACSSO timekeeper. Once the mover of the motion has spoken, the chair will call for delegates to speak for and against the motion. This will be in the sequence of against, for, and so on. All speakers, other than the mover of the motion, have a maximum of 2 minutes. If you wish to speak, you should quietly move to the appropriate microphone and wait for the chair to call you to speak. Each delegate may only speak once during the motion, so it is a good idea to have some points prepared before you speak. When you do speak, you must address conference through the chair as they control debate. If you are an observer, you don't have the right to speak during debate. Only registered delegates have that right. The chair closes debate and can do so if 2 delegates have spoken for or against the motion consecutively. This is to prevent repetitive discussion. Once debate has closed, the mover of the motion has the right of reply. They have 2 minutes for this. At some point during debate, a delegate may move an amendment. An amendment is a change to the original motion. An amendment can't change the intent of the original motion. It is usually used to make the motion more acceptable, make it easier to understand, or simpler to put into action. There are rules surrounding amendments, and these are the most important. WACSSO constitutional motions can't be amended at conference. Delegates will be asked to vote on the motion as written. All other motions can be amended. If you have already spoken to a motion, you can't move an amendment to that motion. Please consider this before you opt to speak. When an amendment is moved, the debate on the original motion stops. The amendment must be seconded before it is debated. At this point, it is only the change that is debated. Once debate on the amendment has closed, the amendment is put to a vote. If the vote on the amendment is carried, then debate will continue on the amended motion. If the vote on the amendment is lost, debate will continue on the original motion. Procedural motions relate to the conduct of the meeting and are usually used to draw attention to an irregularity in proceedings or to change the standard proceedings. Some common examples of procedural motions are point of order. This is usually raised if standing orders are breached. The chair will rule on this and the ruling is final. Dissent from the chair. This occurs when a delegate disagrees with a ruling from the chair. Adjournment of debate. This is used when a delegate believes it would be better that the debate is left to a later time. This is useful when there is insufficient information available for delegates to make a truly informed decision. Once debate on any motion has been closed and the motion is read out and put to conference, it is then voted on. If it is a constitutional motion, it will require a 75% majority to be carried. For all other motions, only a simple majority is required. This is 50% plus 1 of delegates. When voting, each affiliate has 2 votes. If your affiliated organisation has only one delegate, you will need to hold up a yellow voting card in each hand. If you have 2 delegates, you will each need to hold up a voting card. In this case, both delegates will need to vote the same way. If the outcome of the vote is not immediately clear, the Chair will instruct WACSSO State Councillors to tally the vote. This has only been a brief overview of proceedings. To develop a better understanding, please refer to the Effective Meetings Guidelines booklet, or hold up the red help card and seek assistance from your WACSSO State Councillor or a WACSSO staff member. Or you can seek clarification from the Chair. Thank you for your time. We hope you find the agenda session informative and enjoyable.